It's not.
This show's got it all. We got infidelity. We got Dungeons and Dragons. We got dead people.
We have a complete imbalance between the power dynamic of audience and performer.
Levi fucked off about 10 minutes ago. We don't know where he went. He's gone.
That's in the bathroom.
It's fine. Don't.
He's jumping off a bridge right now.
He's suffocating himself in a giant pair of acid wash pants. It's Levi. It's just because his name is a kind of pants. I'm not going to repeat it.
Please, when he comes back.
I admire the calm and comfort you have.
I'm from Milwaukee.
What?
I am.
I thought you were from Las Vegas.
I live there, but I'm from Milwaukee.
All right.
I am, asshole.
She just called Dan an asshole now.
This is the back and forth is unpodcastable because no one can hear you, and we don't dare give you a microphone. All right. No, give it to her. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I walked toward her with a microphone, and the crowd a mutiny. That was
okay. All right. But I'm not. There's nothing wrong with you as a human being. I'm not saying. Okay.
I just admire her zeal and her comfort of just completely shoehorning herself into the show. I think it's fantastic.
But as we established, okay, we got to the bottom of it. I stepped up on stage. I drew first blood. I immediately, all of a sudden, I shouldn't have done that. I shook that can. I was doing a callback. I thought, oh, there was energy out there in the line. I think I'll do a big callback. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm an idiot. I'm not. This isn't my job. This isn't. I don't write on my tax form. I don't go showrunner. Wait, yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Not anymore. But it's not live showrunner.
I don't say there's a town with my name on it.
Right.
Oh wait, I guess I did.
What the fuck were we talking about? What were we just talking about? It was important. No, we weren't talking about Levi.
Jumping off bridges.
We weren't talking about jumping off bridges. I mean, we were, but we shouldn't have been.
Long-term infidelity.
Infidelity, yeah, people broken hearted, whatever. Yes, I would rather be cheated on because the long-term.
All right, here's a short question. Woody Allen, thoughts?
I do have thoughts because Aaron just pulled up that documentary on Woody Allen. It was how many people by applause have seen that Woody Allen documentary? That was very interesting watching that. It was so revelatory. Like Woody Allen is a ubiquitous genius. Like everyone in this room has grown up surrounded by his movies because he makes almost literally one per year and has been doing it for how many decades. And some of them hit and some of them miss, but he's made more good movies than any of his peers because he's made kind of more bad movies. I never got that perspective on him. And there's this studying of his personality by talking to all of the people around him. He seems to have I was relieved to find out that he really. There's his circuit board in his brain is kind of there's a couple of scorch marks there which is nice because it means that we don't all owe it to ourselves to go home and try to be Woody Allen, because it's clearly I think it's genetic. I think it's neurological. He does it. What was the movie that he was writing in the documentary? He was writing one of his good movies while all of the shit was going down in the tabloids about him and Sun Yi. Can anyone shout it out? Does anyone remember? He was writing Husbands and Wives. That was it. Wait, was that a good one or not? Was it Broadway Danny Rose or Husbands and Wives? No, it couldn't have been Broadway Danny Rose.
Those are both good movies.
I don't think it was Bullets Over Broadway either. It was Husbands and Wives, probably. Anyways,
Curly Sue.
Curly Sue. This is a story about him taking phone calls with his lawyer and going you might want to get a blood sample, and then coming back and sitting down and just riffing bits to do the show. And the end result is a fine movie that everyone enjoyed. Then they have that montage of everyone going, he compartmentalizes. Another word for compartmentalizing is autism. He is there's different parts of his brain that are incapable of crossing into other parts of his brain. And he's one of those rare people that like those compartments are shaped in a Tetris block that makes like movies, and he just keeps making them and making like good ones and good ones and good ones. To me, it was a relief because I'm a narcissist, and everyone who does anything creative, I don't care if you make a rocking chair or stained glass window, my big thought in my head is like, do I need to prove that I can do that better or worse, or am I under threat here? Do I need? What do I? You beat your wife, right? That's why you make such good stained glass windows. I don't know. Like I'm always looking for some way to make myself feel at ease that I am still a contributor to my society, that what I do is important, and that I'm doing it right, and that I don't need to work harder at it or less hard at it. And watching that documentary really relaxed me because Woody Allen has haunted me a long time, because I always think like, Jesus Christ, how do you do what he does?
Well, you said to me recently that there might be some money coming in on syndication, and if you ever got that money coming in, that you would stop writing. You said this before, that you might retire, you would never work again, you would just do that. But I don't imagine that you would be able to do that.
I don't think I would.
Yeah. So you say that, but
I say that. Yeah, I say that because I feel like I'm trying to win some game against people that I hate. Like I'll be rich and I won't care, but I'll always care. I always I'll die like writing the worst shit I've ever written. I'm all fucked up. Like, don't say aw.
No, if they're gonna say that's when they should say it.
I will be 70 years old if I'm lucky, and I'll just be working on some fucking piece of garbage. Like I'll just be trying to prove that I'm trying to untie some knot in my head of like how you're supposed to make yourself happy. I just talked to Mitch Hurwitz about this, name drop. I was on the set of Arrested Development and met Mitch Hurwitz, and he said so many things that I had been thinking, which it was such a great thing to hear him say it. And one of the things that we talked about was the fact that when we make things, we're trying to entertain everyone in the world. We're not ever trying to exclude anybody. And but the only way you could possibly ever stand a chance of entertaining everybody is if you're entertaining yourself. Otherwise you're a hack. You don't say, well, people like got milk. That's a funny joke. So if you say got milk, then everyone will laugh. That's what I've learned, and you're not laughing the whole time. It's like, it's garbage. It's hackery, and it works for some people because they get lucky, because there's only so much shit to watch out there. But the truth is, if you really want to make people happy, you have to know who you are and what you want and express it and make yourself laugh if you're doing comedy. And then it's your tough luck if only 3 million people like it as opposed to 18 million people. Mitch Hurwitz was exactly the same as me, going like, I wish everybody liked everything that I did. I really do. But he's not gonna change what he does, because then what would he be doing? He'd be writing like an animated penguin movie. He doesn't. What would he? It would be terrible. It would be worse than an animated penguin movie that you like. Like there's one that you like, and it was written by a guy who was operating at the top of his game. He woke up with a boner for animated penguins. Mitch Hurwitz would be slumming it and like betraying you. You'd be watching a liar lie. And so he has to do what he has to do at the top of his RPMs and just like be bummed out. What were we talking about? Infidelity?
Yeah.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. Oh, Woody Allen. Yes, Woody Allen. Yeah, so whatever. It relaxed me a lot to watch that documentary. Those were my thoughts. I had a lot of thoughts. Aaron and I talked about Woody Allen for a long time. Aaron's observation was like, yeah, it's like he's a jazz musician on top of all this.
Yeah.
Like he has this weird disconnection where he's able to focus on people, but he doesn't work with the actors. He just casts people like they're crayons in a crayon box. He doesn't even talk to them. And then he sends them a script and says, you can do the lines the way I wrote them, or don't. And if anyone else said that, they'd be full of shit. You know, they'd be just saying that because he really means it. He doesn't give a fuck if you do the script or not. He's Woody Allen and he doesn't care if you do his script. And then he gets the actor, he's on the set and he described it is like he's like the people do the take, and you say cut, and then they look at you like did I do a good job? And of course you can't stare at them all day, so you have to say something. So you say that was fine. It's like that's a person talking. That's like people are mannequins to him. They're like he's just playing a video game where everyone is like an obstacle to get past so that he can do what he wants to do. He's just playing Grand Theft Auto, and his goal is to make the most movies ever, which is great. You can emulate yourself, but you like the relieving thing is that no, his brain is shaped different. You can't. You got to do what you want to do. He's doing what he wants to do.
So what's the difference of the shape of your brain that makes you do what you do well?
Mine's shaped like a planet. And it has beautiful clouds. I don't know.
What would be your crowning achievement? Or is there such a thing? Is it something you'd want? Like, would you like, best screenplay or something like that? Or?
Yeah. Best original screenplay Oscar. That would be, if I got that, then it would be hard to get up the next day. I would probably play a lot of Minecraft after I got. I would be like, okay, what am I, do you think come on, let's go on a hike. Yeah, can I hike my way to another one of these motherfuckers? How about more chocolate pudding?
Will you endeavor to do that? Or do you think
yeah, I want to.
There was times when Dan and I were friends, and like years ago, when he was broke or I was broke, and we're both helping each other out and stuff like that, and you have these script ideas, and there was times when you seemed like more of a feature writer than a TV writer.
That's why I came out here. I didn't even know you could write TV. Like most of us, I thought the people on TV were making it up. You just kind of felt that when you watch TV. You're like, oh, Alan Alda's hilarious in the Korean War. Why is he? He should do more stuff. He's great. Jerry Seinfeld's like, whoa, what a great observation about socks. Why didn't they think of putting him with Kramer for a long time ago? You just gotta have that feeling about TV. It doesn't feel like it's written if it's good. And the TV I fell into on accident. I wanted to write movies. Before that I wanted to write books. I always wanted to be legit. Don't quote me, man, because I ain't said shit. Easy. So look him up. Died of AIDS. Jumped off the bridge of AIDS in